And there are men of this world that have figured out how to manipulate the mind of the masses. They understand how our minds work and how to cause these paradigms to shift. So what they are showing you today in how you should do things and how things should be made and how things should be thought about, they can change on you tomorrow because they understand how your mind works. And there are tactics that they employ to deceive you. One is called cognitive ease. Cognitive ease is truth from familiarity. So here's a basic equation for you. Repetition equals comfort. So the more they just pound you with this information, the more comfortable you get with it. And sooner or later, anything that conflicts what you're comfortable with makes you uncomfortable, and therefore you perceive it as false. And men know how to control men. Men know how to do this to you. They make their own admissions. They say that shaping the paradigm, there's outlines of some conditions that facilitate a system of thought to become an accepted dominant paradigm. They know how to get you to accept their truth. They say professional organizations that give legitimacy to the paradigm. Dynamic leaders who introduce and purport the paradigm. Journals, and by the way, you can go look this up if you want. This is Wikipedia. This is not like some conspiracy theory website, okay? This is your, Silicon Valley Google. They're telling you this, okay? Government agencies who give credence to the paradigm, educators who propagate the paradigm's ideas by teaching it to students. If they know that they can get to your kids through the school system, what do you think these corrupt minds are going to do? They're going to get to your kids through the school system. This is what they know. Conferences that are devoted to discussing ideas central to this paradigm. Media coverage. Turn off your TV, folks. Stop watching that. All they're trying to do is to get you to change. They're trying to get you to conform. And here's why. Turn to Ephesians chapter 4. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. You'll figure that, the Jews, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. So when you ask yourself, well, why would men want to deceive to this level and damage so many and kill so many people and just merciless? They do it for money. They do it for power. They have no guilt. Their mind's corrupt. They don't care. But how do we, as Christians, keep ourselves from getting sucked into their lives? He gave us the church, and he gave us his word. And if you want to keep yourself from getting sucked in, the Bible says in 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. How do you keep yourself from being sucked into that garbage? If you know the truth, if you studied the truth, if you've studied to show yourself approved unto God, that workman that needeth not to be ashamed, you're going to be able to shun profane and vain babblings because you are familiar with the truth.